So one says, Pranam Anantaji, this is my first ever satsang. Can you tell us what Nisargadatta Maharaj meant when he said that the absolute Parabrahma is beyond I amness, and the absolute does not even know that it exists, that the real self is prior to I amness? What does it mean to transcend even I amness? What happens to I amness or beingness in sleep? Very good, very good. Also, how can we see for ourselves that our real self has no death or birth? Thank you. Very good, very good. It's quite a smashing first question to ask. You're very welcome. If you like to come up, you can raise your hand on Zoom and then speak as well. But let's look at this. So let's really make this a workshop instead of just something theoretical, because I can try and tell you what he meant, and then I can try and tell you what I mean, all of these things. Instead of that, let's just see for ourselves and see if it is not obvious. So the first question you can use is, can I stop being? Just try to stop being. Being. Don't be. Like little children, innocently. I know you all know the answer, okay? But still try. So, don't be. What happens? You can't stop being. Conceptually, you can. You say, okay, it happened in sleep, it happened in death. But that's not what I'm talking about. Right now, don't be. Not theoretically or conceptually. Just like that. Just right here. You can't do that. And you notice that there's a presence. The presence of your being becomes apparent when you try not to be. So this presence is the presence of your being. This is beingness, let's call it beingness for the moment. Now, notice this qualitative sense of being, this consciousness. So just notice it. Don't try to deepen it. Don't try to do anything with it. Just notice. Now that which is aware of this being, are you aware now? Are you aware now? That you that is aware is independent even of the sense of being. And therefore there is a qualitative distinction, not a real distinction, but a qualitative distinction between even being and awareness. You see, because that awareness does not even have the quality of presence. It is aware of being, but the being is not aware of awareness. So this is beyond I am. This is beyond sleep state, waking state, dream state. This is you. You say, I just woke up in the morning. I just woke up. You see? So you were there to see the contrast, not see with sight, but see beyond sight. But see the contrast between the absence of being and the awakening of being. I am. I just woke up. You see? But you are there to be able to say, I just woke up. See, when there was an absence before this, and there is a presence now. So for you, the ultimate reality, the absolute Parabrahman, even the being is a coming and going. Even consciousness comes and goes for your reality. So notice the distinction between these two questions. Can I stop being? And am I aware now? And don't give these questions to the intellect. See? Because the intellect will make it all crazy and will say, but doesn't awareness just to be aware, isn't it to be aware? Isn't it awareness being? You don't have to conclude all this nonsense. Because this is not an intellectual exercise. Just notice for yourself. with your heart, with your intuition. You're not going to get stuck in words. Notice that the sense of presence is a coming and going, and there's an awareness which is untouched by the coming and going, even of the sense of being, the sense of presence. And how do you notice that? Only intuitively. You cannot notice that with your attention. So are you aware now? It's a very, very potent pointer. Because in your heart, you can't deny it. Your head will complain. But which eye is aware? It's you, that one. That one that your heart recognizes, that your intuition recognizes, but your mind cannot fathom. And the game of spirituality is not to make that which your heart recognizes, it is not to make that something which your head will understand. Until we stop playing that game, then we will continue to play the game of being a seeker.